about foolish people and stupid people as well. Seriously, young and old though, is such a very powerful thing, especially in a democracy. You should be very, very scared of foolish people in large numbers, because in a democracy, they can elect a president. We all of us just suffer together. They say, but why did you have to do this? Don't you know that the whole country, everybody will suffer? Eh? They say, let all of us suffer together. Now, when they start suffering, help us now. We are poor people now. Help us. So you have to be very, very careful and very, very afraid of them. Foolish people in large numbers. They can elect presidents, they can elect governors, they can elect anybody. And whatever they do to you, they will say under the law, they were allowed to do them. Do you get that? Now, talking about the creativity of stupid people and foolish people, there is no amount of terrible consequences that comes from the choices and decisions made by eventual stupid people, right? That they will take responsibility for. So when, for example, let's say foolish people who wanted APC, to continue, they know that Nigeria is done for. They are suffering. They are suffering so much that the cost of living crisis that a lot of them are facing has led to mass suicide, even among young people in Nigeria today. But their mind is so creative in a way that they are so comfortable in whatever you imagine to be hardship. A lot of you have, a lot of us talk about hardship. People are suffering. When I saw that video, when I saw this, it's just this or that. I can imagine. If you know what people are going through, you are not going through hardship, are you? At least I can say that half of those who are viewing my broadcast here now, half of you are not really going through any hardship per se. What we talk about Nigeria hardship, police brutality, corruption that is affecting Nigeria, poor healthcare system, poor education system, poor infrastructure, no safety, no nothing. Half of those of you who are watching this my video, you are not direct victims. But why do you think you react a lot to some of these things as you see them, and you were able to be like, this country is going down, this Nigeria is going to, you know why? Because they bring back all those memories, all those demons that you fought before you got yourself to wherever you are today. You are not suffering. A liter of petroleum in Nigeria is 650 naira max, right? I don't know, 650, right? Times 2 of that is how much? 1,300 naira, right? Meanwhile, in the UK, a liter of petroleum is £1 40 pence or 38 pence. So if you put all of that together, that's over 2,000 naira in Nigeria. But the minimum wage in Nigeria that has remained stagnant is not the same where they are selling a liter of petrol wherever you are living right now, selling it for $1, €1, or £1, or £2, or €2, or what have you. Like I said, right, you are not directly affected. But every time you see the horror, for example, when you see people die because they could not afford hospital bills. How much is the hospital bill? 4,500 naira. What? Then you remember that a member of your family or somebody in your neighborhood died because they couldn't afford 500 naira medication. You can afford everything money can buy today. But you are angry, you are sad that maybe 10, 20, 30 years after you experience that, people are still experiencing it, the same thing. People are dropping out of school because they were poor. You almost drop out of school too. You were traumatized. But look at you today. You are not just a graduate. You are now like an employer of labor. You employ people. You have your businesses. A lot of you are professionals in different fields. But when you look back and say 20 years after, some people are still dropping out because Nigeria has gone even worse, right? Then you'll be like, oh my God, I can't even imagine. I can't imagine what it's going to be like. People are shouting up NEPA today. You were shouting it too. So the reason why a lot of us react a lot is because imagining that these things are still happening. And there are people who knows that these things are still happening because they are victims, direct victims. But somehow, it was like, mystery is nice if it is shared. Share the mystery. And that's why I said that you have to be very careful. Foolish people in large numbers, they are dangerous more than terrorists. Listen to me. Because foolish people in large numbers, they will validate illegitimate government. An illegitimate government will also be incapable or incompetent or have no political will to stop terrorism, to fight corruption, to actually invest in infrastructure. Do you see the old chain of reactions, right? Or you see the foolish people, they don't care. They don't care. They will do it again. It is democracy, demonstration of grace. Right? And then everybody is in what? Everybody is in danger. And this issue of kidnapping and all of that, that one is like the quickest. So many people are like, I am leaving Nigeria. Any next available opportunity, I am relocating my family. When you see this one, Papa, why you are all right now. You do fine for Nigeria. Even though everywhere tough, but you see the wrong things now. Like, your business, you're still kind of staying afloat. Why do you want to leave Nigeria? Security. I want to leave Nigeria because of its security. Oh, okay. I want to leave Nigeria because of medicals. I'm leaving Nigeria because of my education. People have different reasons now that they just want to leave. But the bottom line is like escaping from hell. Guess what? At the end of the day, except the civil war finally breaks out in Nigeria, you will still probably have just about maybe 8-10% of the population migrating outside Nigeria. And do you want me to shock you? No matter how much you feel about Nigerians japa from Nigeria, Papa, una no even reach the 5 biggest, the 5 top countries with their citizens, they japa. I'm serious. But we just shall know because we know ourselves, say, every day, everybody, any chance, so even in Iraq, Papa, people, they go Iraq, they play football. You won't believe it. Iran, people, Nigeria, they go there, they play football. Japa. Do you understand? So you are not even top 5, or maybe like not top 3 in the numbers of those who they japa. The Asians are the top. If you see the number, you go scream. You get? If you know how much money they are making from these Asians, you know what I mean? Like you go shake. Of course, we are also part of we are top there because a lot of people felt like they need that stability. And why are you selling your properties to leave Nigeria? Because of the security for my children. No, a lot knows that. A lot believe that there is no future for Nigeria, and they are right. Well, not be everybody go get the chance to kind of japa, you know that. So when those who cannot japa, and those of you who are in the like about 90% of Nigerians are in Nigeria. And I'm trying to kind of be a little bit exaggerative here. Say, let's say 10% Nigerians are outside Nigeria. They found one excuse or the other to leave, to japa, and others are still doing it, selling properties, borrowing money, running into debt. But our lives are being ruined though, on top of this japa issue. Everybody won't run away from that place. But when we say everybody, what 10% of the population, it's not even up to 10% of the population of Nigeria. and they still continue to burn. The population continue to grow. Sure you get? Which means 90% that are trapped inside Naija, who are the direct victims of this, they seems to still be kind of over, like, let me put it this way. It's like those who are back in Nigeria, in that 90% population, right? When you take the 1% that is tormenting the lives of the 89%, then when you take the number of the foolish people, docile people, and those that are going to gaslight you from acting, right? They are not even a majority. But when you look at the effects of the decades of brutality, bullying from successive criminal governments in Nigeria, oh, they're going to kill us if we go out there and fight them. Oh, they're going to do this. So that fear. Now, when you look at the population of the foolish people, they're probably just about maybe 20-30% of the population that are validating the criminals. But with the use of force, guns, and all of that, others are too scared, more or less like cowards. So that then give the few percentage of these foolish people to become the loudest and the loudest. So if all of you, we can't do that place, are expecting the 10% that have jackpot to now come back and free you. So the God story Israel, the Israelites from Egypt. They say 40 days they're supposed to use for the journey. Like joke, they spend 400 years. So sure you get. You probably are going to be on the journey to 400 years. If those of you that are directly affected, your children, your psyche, your existence, your safety, your everything, are not in any way propelled to become more louder, vibrant, organized than the foolish people that are the loudest. Mystery always looks for company. So that's why I said, so far so good, we can say the criminals in Nigeria are sustained by the few numbers of the foolish people that are loudest, that are the loudest, so to say. But to Amaechi, even in Nigeria, you might be going abroad to go and look for 9 to 5, stability, maybe better education for your children, maybe healthcare and all that. I mean, all of that. You will never see opportunities abroad. That's what he said. Like Nigeria, where you can sleep tonight and wake up tomorrow as a senator or governor. And then you become stupendously rich with your family. To Amaechi, Mukuna no Japa anymore. Stay in Nigeria. Okay? Because you have a better opportunity. It stands, guys.
What is one piece? Right, so no more political questions. What is one piece of advice or wisdom that you consider crucial for personal growth and success?
I've always discouraged those who want to leave the country. I said 9 to 5, yes. You can always get 9 to 5 job when you leave the country, but you can never get the opportunity you will get in Nigeria. You can just wake up one day, you become a minister in Nigeria. You can just wake up one day, you become a governor. It just happens. I don't know how this country operates. So if you're looking for opportunity, please stay back in Nigeria. If you're looking for 9 to 5 safety and all that, one of my friends said to me, but supposing you're waiting for that opportunity and they kill you, well, maybe that's your destiny.
But honestly, the example you just gave
is... opportunities are here.
Right. The example you just gave is for 5,000 or less positions, but we have 250 million people in this land of opportunities. So if you don't want them to jackpot, where are the opportunities? You said there's... You just assume the opportunity is about being in public office. Just the example. I'm saying that based on your example.
There are about 200 million Nigerians.
Okay.
Yes, okay, so I'm leaving that example now. Okay. So there are about 200 million Nigerians. Just assume that you start cooking moi and you sell to 10 million Nigerians at 1 naira. How much is that?
Yeah, but But
That's
HM,
about,
we
I
also
think that's
have
about 10 million.
Yeah, but we are losing our best hands. Whether we like it or not, we cannot downplay the effect that Japa is having in Nigeria as a whole. Especially in the medical field. We are losing the best of our doctors when it comes to this. So whether we like it or not, the situation...
I'm avoiding where you're going to.
No. And it's not about politics now. We're just talking about welfare of Nigerians in general. Why are they leaving the shores of Nigeria? They're moving on to greener pastures.
You can't discuss...
Is that is it a political question?
The welfare of Nigeria without discussing politics. It is, because you have to discuss the issue of economy, who manages the economy, the government. You have to discuss the issue of safety and security, who manages safety and security, the government. You have to discuss the issue of the creation of opportunities, the creation of employment, and all that. So what you can tell is Nigerians get what they want. Nigerians get what they deserve. You don't complain after. You don't. I think that... Yes, and I say that because you had opportunity. Nigerians at all times. Ruth, can you please let me? Nigerians at all times have had opportunity to vote. Exactly. So whatever you voted for is what you deserve now. But again, Ruth, let's not go into politics, please. Just I've given you the rule.
Okay, my lips are zipped. Zipped. No more.
I didn't say that. I didn't say the elections are not always free and fair.
No, I'm saying
you are saying that.
I'm saying
you
that.
are saying that.
Yes.
The elections are not always
so
fair.
Nigerians are not getting
I have
what
not,
they
yes,
voted
I have not
for.
said that.
Okay. So in that sense, anyway, like I said, I don't know why for some
you
reason...
again say that. You again say that.
Oh my goodness, elephant in the room. So
Fellow Nigerians, this is just the beginning.
Did you hear that? You don't have to go abroad. You don't have to Japa. Okay? Just stay in Nigeria. Things happen. You can just sleep and wake up and boom. You are a governor. See? Or if you get killed before that time, well, maybe that's your destiny. If you are not killed, right, or kidnapped, there's a chance for you to be governor. 200 million people. 36 governors every 4 years. So that's the pathway to easy wealth. You know? If you get kidnapped, just get used to your kidnapper, be nice to them so that, you know, they won't kill you. But what if they kill me? Well, maybe that is your destiny. As things are going on in Nigeria right now, just, you know, I told you that they are going to make you adjust and get used to the one they are going to, the Nigeria they are going to eventually bring you to. The one that kidnapping is normalized. And if you are making too much noise, they can quickly ethnicize it. Now, they are already normalizing it. The last time they came on social media to raise money, ransom money. Then they turned around and said, oh, no, you cannot be doing that. You cannot be going online to be raising money for terrorists and all of that. That is unacceptable. Now, I was reading somewhere where somebody said, he has been kidnapped. And that's not the first person I am reading that from. I have been kidnapped 3 times in Nigeria. The first time, the second time, on the third time, and I was like, What you used to hear is that police have arrested you just because they want to extort you 3 times, 4 times. I've had encounters with the Nigerian criminal police 2 times. But which one is you're having an encounter with terrorists, kidnappers? So I dug further and I realized that in Nigeria today, there are people that have been kidnapped more than once. I swear. And they will be telling you their experiences. I said, you see, the first time they kidnapped us, the second time they kidnapped me. Now that third one, I said, Omo, I need to leave this country. True story. People who are victims of all of this. And just like what poverty is in Nigeria, I remember when we were growing up. And then we'll be talking about how poor we are, or we were at the time. And everyone want to say the story of the toughest story of their own poverty. I remember this. I remember it so well because I think it was that moment I just felt like I was probably about 13 or maybe 14, and I was with my mates, and then we're just talking about how poor, like boys were just talking about, oh man, we are so poor, man, Baba. Even if they decide to just sell one, like jokingly, like all of us were talking, right? And then somehow, I just realized that every speaker was trying to prove that, what they have been through. I don't know if you remember kind of scenario like that, right? When young boys were just gisting about themselves. Oh, man, my eyes don't see shege. Oh. Baba, I went to so and so. I went to go and cut about 2 acres of farm. I cleared it. Do you know how much they pay me? But when I came back, the money could do. You're talking about your experience of your own hardship, kind of. To Omo, I just realized that almost every speaker, well, speaker after speaker, we're just trying to tell tougher story. Like, oh, your own sufferness is not like my own. Baba, me be saying in our house, sometimes for 2 days we no go chop. You be like, one person came out and said, I mean, in our house, Baba, now only twice person they chop. For afternoon, you have to go and sort yourself. Only breakfast and dinner. Another one will come and be like, oh, your own is better. Our own is that you go chop eba in the morning, eba in the afternoon, eba in the evening. I'm even so tired of eating eba and all of that. Another one will be like, your own is better. See, if you know my own papa, and this is, I was like, oh, poverty is the competition here. Are we actually like trying to see whose poverty or whose hardship is better? And I've actually seen adults. Yeah, I've seen adults who are the same too. You probably have experienced that too. Where you are talking about your childhood and you're talking about what you went through, your mama, your papa, your siblings, and everything. But today, to the glory of God, everybody is fine. Your mama is now, you know what I mean? Like you are sharing this story. Another person will be like, your own is better. If I tell you my own story, you'll be crying and say, why should I cry because of your story? You get that? Like it is a competition, kind of. So it is similar too with what you have with what you have today. So Amaechi and gang in their world, Nigeria is done for. And in fact, even though we all know that Kolu did not win any election, but he should be grateful to the INEC as well as which is Momodu Yakubu, right? Mr. Yakubu. And then Okoro and his other injustices who certified this same Kolu. And by the way, just by the side, right? This is by the side. Do you know that on the 26th of October, when they ruled that Tifnumbu had no case to answer, and the Supreme Court of Injustice of Nigeria certified Tifnumbu, do you know that in the next few days, it's going to be exactly 3 months that they gave that ruling? And to this day, Peter Obi no get judgment. Not just that, too. There is no judgment for Peter Obi. They say make Peter Obi use article judgment like that. They are not of the same case, so they are of different pleas. So I don't know if you probably know that. It will be 3 months now. The Supreme Court of Nigeria never released that judgment. Okay. Now, the one they gave to the articles judgment, they said, Obi no get any judge. The articles judgment they released carry articles name. They said Obi should do photocopy, put his own name where article name is, and use the same judgment. That is said. The Supreme Court said that confirmed Tifnumbu. Anyway, the same Supreme Court of Injustice as well on the 15th of December. I don't know if you remember 15th of December. It was the day that we expected the Supreme Court of Nigeria or Supreme Court of Injustice there to probably do justice. We were wrong. How could you expect Supreme Court of Injustice to do justice? We were wrong anyway. So the Supreme Court of Injustice said the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was illegal. All right. However, they just believe that Nnamdi Kanu's trial should, I mean, they ordered the retrial that Nnamdi Kanu's trial should continue. But this time around, they shouldn't cancel his bail, which means they should go back to pre-assassination attempt on his life. This was 38 days or so ago now. No, 36 days ago, rather. 36 days ago, they said the appeal court, all right, should look into Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case and free him. That's practically what they were saying. His bail should never have been revoked, which means status quo to pre-assassination day remains, right? Do you know something? The same Supreme Court of Injustice is yet to release that judgment to pass that case to the appeal court, which is where they said the case should go back to. 36 days after they gave the judgment. I just thought you should know that, okay? So yeah, Amaechi knows what he's saying. So I don't know how long it's going to take for 200 million people that they said will become 250 million people by the end of 2030. I don't know when the when the looting and the stealing is going to reach everyone in that population, or maybe other places too that you can, go and take political office, which is actually the bane of Nigeria's retrogression, Nigeria's downfall, because nothing else really, really works anymore in Nigeria or gives job. There's no real job for the population. So the highest employer of labor is the politics. And that is why the wage or the bill that these cankerworms, these leeches, political leeches that you call your political leaders, the amount of resources that they drawn from the country's resources to take care of themselves has left Nigeria with nothing for development. Because everybody still has to go in there. That's why they'll kill themselves as well. So the reason why corruption is so huge is because the highest employer of labor, the politics in Nigeria, has become so saturated with self-centered people who are pretty much like the reflection of what Nigeria is. The survival of the fittest, which also put us in that space called that mental space that so many of us love. I better pass my neighbor. Whatever that's going to make me better pass my neighbor, I don't give a damn, even if it's going to be to the detriment of the majority. So politics, Amaechi know what he's talking about. And if you look around today, where do you have those who have carried out a state capture? I was reading somewhere earlier, and it was the guy who used to be very, very kind of intelligent. This guy was from the UK. All right. So they said he's a tax expert. Somebody who was going to come to Nigeria. Oh, dear God, man. Naija enter. Okay, I'll tell you the story. So this guy came from the UK as one of those brainiacs. Kolu appointed him. It was one of those people like me who always criticize Kolu or have all these beautiful ideas, brilliant ideas, how to stop this, how to stop that, how to improve this, how to shake those fake fraudulent Nigerians abroad. Some of them are watching me. The abroadian Nigerians, those who love Nigeria from abroad. You remember the Mumu Madus, the Mumu lecturers, the Bele lecturers. Do you remember them under Bokuwari? You have the Bati Mumus. And then you have the Bat Study, Abrodian Bat Study. So under Bokuwari, the Mumadus were those who have left Nigeria when Nigeria was still at a western region, eastern region, northern region. Years ago, they've left Nigeria. Now community raised money for them to go and study abroad. They got abroad, they were lost to the point that their communities who sent them abroad, they probably believed that they were dead. Those ones, when Bokuwari came, Bokuwari was like a punisher because social media started showing everything. You could see everything going on in Nigeria. And majority of them were just like, how could all of you want easy life? You are too spoiled. Why are you eating rice every day? Must you eat chicken? They are abroad, though. You say you know get hospital, they are like, just pray. Pray that the hospital will work. Stop blaming government because they want you to end up as useless as them. They are abroad. They are old. Majority of them are living off welfare. UK, Canada, America, they are everywhere. Those are the Mumumadus under Bokuwari because Bokuwari was like a punisher. Those were the ones who were supporting Bokuwari from abroad. Mumumadus, the Dabimoshedas, old, wasted generations. You will see some of them. You will probably have come across a lot of them that time, yeah? Then you have the Mumu lecturers. The Mumu lecturers are those ones that they will wear suits and tie, and they also live abroad. Naturally, if they don't open their mouth, you will never know that they are as stupid as anything ever you've seen. A lot of you see them and you admire them. This man, very intelligent. Under Bokuwari, they were exposed. You get that? The Mumu lecturers, they were educated. Educated people, exposed people, but stupid. Then you have the Bele lecturers. Those are the smart ones. The Bele lecturers are the ones whose thoughts, speeches, everything they say or share is controlled by their bellies. They are also abroad. Now, those ones, they overwork so that once in a while, they get called by the rogues they are defending abroad to come and become SA, PA. In fact, some of them also have political ambition. They are useless abroad, though. But if you give them small money from that same abroad, Baba, they go shishe, they go work like Jaka for you. And some of you will begin to say, say this one, they are abroad like this. And in Bele, they control them. They might have left Nigeria. Nigeria did not leave them. Those ones are also, they were also abroad. Now, you see, now from that category by category, I get to deal with every nuisance that is a Buhari idiot. And it is the same criteria that you have to use if you are looking at the Bat study. Abi the Bat idiot. Take a look. This guy left the UK, I think. And he was like me. He was talking about everything about how to help Nigeria. Me, I'm not talking about how to help Nigeria, but how to help Nigeria divide peacefully and save lives. But these ones, they are the Bele lecturers abroad. Then go school. They are intelligent. But guess what? Anywhere the price is right, they will pack their bags. Oyama go chop. This guy can enter Naija. I'm so sorry I didn't bring his picture. But there is a reason why I'm telling you this story, by the way. This guy got to Nigeria. He was advising Tinubu's government on how to generate money, taxes. He was already talking about taxes, how to build up, how to make sure this or that, blah, 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 blah. Most of the things he's talking about, they already exist in Nigeria, by the way. Because listen, Nigeria, as you see Nigeria, is no lack of law. That is why that Nigeria is lawless. So Nigeria has law for everything. If you use pin to pinch somebody and blood come out, there is a law for it. Don't ask me. It's there. If you slap somebody like they slap us like that, we say we go the sisters, we go the yes things. There is law against it. You go jail. You go do jail. Is it that one that your wife go sit down and you go say, I'm not a wife beater, but your mouth, the things that come out of your mouth, can make somebody commit suicide, and you are proud of it. Now my mouth, I take beat my wife. There is law against it. Not be say law no day. If you go and exhume dead body for money ritual, there is law against it. If you kill somebody because of money ritual, there is law against it. If you steal the electric pole and the electric cable, there is law against it. There are so many J for everything. If you sleep with underage girls, pedophile, there is law against it. It's just that one no reach enough. That one no reach northern Nigeria. Because for northern Nigeria, they marry 9-year-old girl, 10-year-old girl, they do marriage. And I'm not talking about the poor people. I'm talking about the rich people, the elites. They do marriage for 12-year-old girl. They go send them school, go school. They did their marriage for 4-year-old girl in Bayelsa few days ago.
What is one?
I am so sorry I had to I had a frozen screen there. So it's better I just go and come back. As they come and they go. They come. You know. Anyway, this guy got to Nigeria. Now do your thing. You've been appointed by Tifnumbu to come and reform tax in Nigeria. And they started the abracadabra. It's already it's already them. And because they said that, politicians, right? They said that during elections, they always have all of the answers. They have all the solutions during elections, right? Not like Tifnubu, not tell you anything. So you probably shouldn't be expecting anything from Tifnubu, okay? However, they said politicians have all the excuses after the election. So this guy came, come on, reform tax, come on. So I was reading somewhere and they said, this guy was like, they could actually convert Agberos to federal government tax collectors. Legalized Agbero then from somebody who came from abroad who was supposed to bring innovation, renovation to your taxing system and make more money for your government. But it's been for ages. And the idea that is coming to his head is how to use the Agbero to collect taxes from you. Because if some of you no one pay. And if they remove 2-3 teeth, if they remove 1 teeth this month, you go pay. If they remove another one next month. By the time all of you are there with swollen faces and no teeth and lost arm and limb and all that, you will pay. I'm just joking. But that's supposed to be somebody from an expert. How dare you even think that? To use Agbero, MC Olueran will now become a tax collector. It's an idea, but it's not like they are planning to do it now. But coming from somebody who came from abroad. So you see, I have told you many times. Sure, you get me now. So if somehow, you can't see after everything you have heard of Mayegun's diary political, 2031. By 2031, I should be about 48 years old. So I'll be older than this. Maybe all my beard would have probably turned white, gray. Nobody say I old. It's just stress. And surprisingly, you just see a poster. Mayegun General for House of Assembly. Mayegun for House of Rep. Number one, you will know that that is not Mayegun. That's not me. Okay? And if for any reason you see that anywhere, which is never going to happen, by the way, okay, just know that myself won't come steal, waiting I feel steal from you. Because as Nigeria is arranged, as Nigeria is organized, if anybody is coming from abroad and say they want to come and rescue Nigeria, they are bringing this experience, they are bringing that experience, and Nigeria is irredeemable the way it is currently structured. So if you see Mayegun's poster anywhere, himself won't come steal from you. There's no doubt to get cut the video, cut this part of the video. That time, internet never forget, Abi. So if you kind of vote for me, here you get, I'll be spending 2 days in Nigeria. 1 day in Nigeria where I won't come pick my check. And I'll be spending 30 days in Glasgow. I'm saying it to you right now. Because that's how Nigeria is structured. That is how Nigeria is meant to operate. And anybody telling you they are coming, they are bringing this, they are not bringing any goddamn experience. In fact, the road to it alone will tell you. Somebody told me on this platform the other day, and they said that they went to go and run for office in Nigeria. Just like maybe how they were tired of a 9 to 5. They were too rich. Because, Baba, I be Jebu man. And you cannot take my money anyhow without us having wahala. Here you get. I am somebody who work for my money. And I want to be sure everywhere, every of my penny is going. In politics, Nigeria politics, what you need if you want to win them or get a share or a seat at their table, it's not just how much money you have, or you must have a blank check. Not just the blank check alone. You must also spend it very, very wisely and foolishly too. Like stupidly, like say you be firewall. So somebody said it on this platform that they lost over 100 million because they wanted to go to Nigeria and help their people by running for House of Representatives. I don't know if you are with us that day. Somebody said that here. They lost the money even before the election. They lost the election because the people that they thought they were doing all this to help, they were just milking him, taking the advantage, collecting what they would collect. So if he was able to scale through, what do you think he's going to do first? What do you think my brother from America will do first when he becomes House of Representatives member after spending over 100 million naira that they have taken from him? What do you think he's going to do first? Do you think he's going to think about you first? So your road to joining them and taking a seat with them would have already prepared you for the cold-heartedness that you're going to become. So when people now say, honorable, no be so we talk up now. You are now honorable. You are not speaking up anymore. Speak of Bao. Maybe say, now next week they go pay my check. And next week a lot go enter. I can't go do, I dey defend my people. I am Mayegun and defending my people. Maybe they can't suspend me, suspend my pay. Benny, do you know how much money I spent to get here? That's what I'm telling you. Nobody is coming to help you in this kind of arrangement. Nobody. If anybody tells you that, I have seen some of them, they come to Nigeria, they do charity, they pay WAEC fee. All of you, they collect them. You have no idea how these guys are bleeding, waiting, for the time they are going to strike you. And 4 years is enough for them. If you are abroad, let me tell you something, right? For those of us who have lived here, not just visitors, who have lived here for like over a decade now, I am in a position to tell you, when you see anybody, look at that one from Oshun, the dancer from Oshun. The guy doesn't waste time. Once every month or once every 2 months, he would have to go back to his America where he's going to go and be like, yeah, and he can be there for a whole month. Everybody has to wait for him. Yes, you have to wait for him. He's the governor. Did you not know before you elected him? So it's the same thing. When you look at these guys who actually like, Say they were buying you things, so they are buying you this or that. You are collecting the money. Some of them are taking loans. Some of them are taking second loan on their mortgage. Sure, you get to bring the money to Nigeria. Waiting, they are waiting. They are like groomers. You saw those pedophiles who grooms their children, right? They are like groomers. They were nice to you. I say, you're already calling them honorable senators. They are bidding their time. Then once the whole thing work and all of that, their names there, like they got rigged in and all of that stuff, right? Or the next 4 years. Not only will he make more money than he spent, he will even have more money ahead of the next time, so that he won't have to stress much or borrow to feed the foolish people that always validate them. Nobody come from abroad to save you. Don't let anybody deceive you. Nobody is coming from abroad to come and save anybody from any goddamn place. Everybody is coming. If you are from abroad, what you do mostly is that you do the calculation. So if you play your game well, as House of Representatives, you are going to go home with 35 million naira. Now, if you play your game very, very well, okay, so in a year, you could actually, as an honorable, be executing contract for ministries, parastatals. And when you put all of that together, contract that you don't have to do, now you be House of Representative member, committee on so and so. Those ministries also need your favor when they want their budget passed. So you are going to part their budget. You are going to know about all of the contracts they are looking for funding for. So as a diasporan in their midst in Nigeria, eventually, if they do 500 million contract in a year, 50 million here, 40 there, 30 there, 100 million here, 200 there, and you put everything together, like the interior minister, 438 million. When you do all of that, you don't need to do it. They go pay you the money. They go bribe you the money. So if you are doing in a year